I'm relieved to hear that. But you know what? There are tons of microscopic insects living all over your body, on every square inch of your skin. And there are whole ecosystems inside your organs. This is a creature that is right now living and roaming around in your eyebrows. It's called Demodex. It's got 8 legs. It lays huge eggs, but you'll be relieved to know that it has no cavity for excretion. So the only way it poops is when it dies. Then it explodes. And all that happens on your very own body. We all want to see the big picture. But can we handle the big picture? Fellow Toastmasters and guests, welcome to the concept of hyperobjects. What is a hyperobject? A hyperobject is something too large, or too long, or too small to comprehend. Let me dumb that down for puny, tiny human brains. The universe is incomprehensible. Oh, you've seen the moon. Everybody's seen the moon. We all have seen the moon. We've seen the phases, everything. We know the moon, right? It's our satellite. It's 380,000 kilometers away. And how tall is an average human? 5 feet. How far can our eyes see on average? On Earth's curvature, it's not more than 5 kilometers. 380,000 kilometers, yeah, we see the moon all the time, but we can never really appreciate how far it is. All the planets in the solar system can fit inside the distance between the Earth and the moon. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune. Yes, the moon is that far. And yes, if you say that you got your head wrapped around that concept, fine, then I'll tell you that 50 years ago, 10 or 12 people sat in aluminum cans, traveled all this distance based on ancient technology with computing power less than that of calculators that we use today, and not one of them had an incident. Not one of them was injured. Not a drop of blood was shed. Whereas space shuttles, you remember space shuttles, right? Every other one exploded. But nevertheless, can anyone tell me, what is this?
Galaxy.
Yeah, it's our home galaxy. And we are somewhere around, okay, we are somewhere around the outer arm, somewhere around here, our solar system. How large is our solar system? We cannot even get our brains around the diameter of the Earth. It's 12,000 kilometers. Have we seen 12,000 kilometers? Can we comprehend 12,000 kilometers? No. This thing is 100,000 light years across. And it's one of the tiniest galaxies in the universe. 100,000 light years, so that means that if we traveled for 100,000 years at the speed of light, you'd be able to traverse it. There are only 2 problems with that. First of all, we are material beings, and matter cannot travel at the speed of light. And secondly, our average life expectancy is 80 years. 100,000 years, are you kidding? How many generations will it take? But there is reason to hope, because our nearest galaxy is a mere 25,000 years away. So instead of traveling to the center of the galaxy, we can travel to our nearest neighbor. But nevertheless, can anyone guess what this is? Any guesses?
It's a cluster.
Zoom picture of sun.
Well, this is what the universe looks like when you see it as a whole. But this is not the whole universe. This is merely the texture of the universe. Now, this is our supercluster. This contains over 10,000 galaxies, and our galaxy is just one of them. So what you see as the stars, if you hold on, please hold your thumb toward the screen, everyone. All of you are covering at least 20,000 galaxies, and each galaxy has billions of stars. So these are filaments made of superclusters. Each supercluster has more than 100,000 galaxies. And if you wanted to imagine what our supercluster, not our galaxy, not our planet, not our solar system, but our supercluster would look like, it's somewhere around here. The picture is too low resolution to even show it. But we have hope, don't we? We are a space-faring race. We have the International Space Station, right? Well, there it is, our crowning achievement. But I have news for you. ISS is not in space. In fact, after 1969, if we believe those claims, no human has ever gone into space. Not one. You see the ISS, you see all the astronauts floating around. You know how high ISS is? 480 kilometers. That's the distance from here to Fuzdara. That's half the distance from here to Quetta. Our upper atmosphere starts at 700 kilometers. So ISS is not even on top of this atmosphere. It's in the second last layer of atmosphere. This is what our atmosphere is, what it looks like. And ISS is somewhere around here. International Space Station. But you know what? There is one hyperobject that can whisper into our ears all of the secrets in the universe. And that is called God. So better make friends with God, because that's our only hope of understanding all this. Thank you.